Well, if you were looking for Ugarte to come to Chelsea and see the news this morning, you found out that that is no longer happening. He will be going to PSG. Now, I'm not sure the exact standards of what happened between the last 24 to the 48 hours because it looked like a solid deal that he was going to Chelsea. Personal agreements, everything looked good, but then PSG came and I think they offered him double the amount that Chelsea was offering, and the player now will be going to Paris. Now, because of that, Chelsea now are kind of scrambling for another CDM. Now, granted, the window has not even opened yet, so we have plenty of time. It's not like it's the week before the season starts. We have plenty of time to bring in different players to get under Pochettino, to start training with him, get the right tactics and everything else. But because of that, we need to talk about a player that could possibly fit the role now that Ugarte is not coming to Chelsea. Now, we don't actually have to look too far because Southampton being relegated, and we have mentioned this player before, is Romelu Lavia. Now, he himself is still fairly young. I believe he's 19. As of right now, it might be 20 with the season starting up at the beginning of the season. But still, a very, very young player and has a lot of potential. The only problem with him is his age right now because with being so young, you don't know what can happen. Again, when there's a lot more pressure, especially when you're going from Southampton to a club like Chelsea, you're going to have the fans that are really going to critique every single thing that you do, whether you have a good game, bad game, on and off the pitch. Everything you do looks under a microscope, which we all have seen this happen before with different players that have come to Chelsea. We've even seen Mason Mount recently, who got rid of his Twitter account because he knew there was going to be backlash from the Twitter fans. And therefore, again, Lavia has to understand that there is a different price tag when you go from one club to a club like Chelsea. And granted, he did suffer with the relegation with Southampton. Hopefully, that will give him more drive to continue to play better. But like I said, there is that possibility that he still may struggle at Chelsea because Chelsea have been struggling as well. But that being said, he is one of the top priorities to still come to Chelsea. Now, he's not our only priority. Moise Caicedo is still another option, but the fact is that Brighton are looking for $100 million for this player, which is quite ridiculous unless we offer a player that they're looking for, which would be Levi Colwill. We all know that's the player that they want, and that would bring probably the price down to 70 plus Colwill, which again is astronomical. At that price, we're almost better off spending another $20 million for Declan Rice then to come to the club, which again, we just talked about before. We do not want to break the bank for players to come to the club. But again, when you're looking at Declan Rice to Moise Caicedo for a $20 million difference, Declan Rice is hand down the better player overall. Premier League proven, has done it time and time again at West Ham, would make the total sense at that point. So whether we can negotiate that price down for Moise Caicedo from Brighton to maybe say 60 or something, but 70 plus Colwill is still ridiculously high. And I don't see us getting rid of Colwill anyways. So the fact that he's even trying to be offered to this would be ridiculous for Chelsea to even do because we have injuries in our club. Our back line, yes, we have a lot of CBs, but still, we're trying to offload some CBs, and Colwill should not be one of those because he has a bright future at Chelsea. So, today, we are talking about the CDMs and where we can go from this now that Ugarte is not coming to Chelsea. And I think, like I said, one of those three options will probably become the Chelsea. Again, I keep talking about possibly Calvin Phillips. I know this is a long shot. You can write down in the comments. Maybe that's why you stopped watching the video, but I think Calvin Phillips, if we could somehow get him from Manchester City, because again, he's playing behind Rodri, and he's not going to get a lot of playing time unless Rodri picks up some type of injury. And even then, there's a possibility that John Stones may step into that role now too. So therefore, again, Calvin Phillips may be looking on his way out, and I think Chelsea could get that player for a reasonable price. But that all being said, the players that we're looking at currently, though, are Romelu Lavia and Declan Rice and Moise Caicedo. One of those three are probably going to become the Chelsea. I want to know, though, what you guys think. Which one would be the best option and which one we get the best bang for our buck? Again, Rice is so much. I can't see us going that high for him, but still, if we're able to pull him towards our club, again, he went through our youth system, does know the system quite well, could be the great signing. But like I said, we have a long summer window on what could all happen at this club. So that is all I have for you today in this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below, share this to anyone that you like. I greatly appreciate that. It helps get this video to more and more fans such as yourself. And that is it. And I will see you in our next video.